So we get tons of questions every month on our YouTube channel, and unfortunately, we don't have time to answer them all. So this month, we decided we'd go through and pick out our 10 favorite questions for the month of January. And even Hillary is going to help us answer a few. I caught her right before she went out ice fishing, so let's check it out.
All right, our first comment comes from David, and he would like to know if there are really as many murders at the Yellowstone Ranch that we see on TV. And to answer that question, there are not. We did a video on what Yellowstone is really like earlier this month or last month, and took a look at the area, and it is a quiet working cattle ranch, family ranch, and it's actually especially quiet now that they have it all gated off because of the filming.
That's all you got?
Yeah, I don't know what, I'm so sick of talking about Yellowstone. I don't know anything about it. I don't watch the show. Next up, we have Kimberly, who wants to know when the best time to visit is. And this is a hard one to answer. As you can see, it's winter right now and it's beautiful. If you like to ski, that's obviously the best time to visit. There are lots of ski resorts to explore in Montana. You can also ice fish. There are dog sled rides you can do. There's a ton to do in the winter time. I would suggest coming in the summer because I like to hike, and that's when you can get into Glacier National Park. I would suggest coming at the end of June if you're planning on getting into the park, because although June feels like summer to a lot of people, there's still a lot of snow on going to the Sun Road, so you might not be able to do all the hikes that you want to if you come that early in the season. But then we've also got Whitefish Lake, Flathead Lake, rivers, lots of other lakes. There's a ton to do in the summer. So depending on what you're looking for, you can't really go wrong. Just visit whenever. Bradley wants to know if we have snakes in Montana. And while we do have snakes in Montana, we only have one poisonous snake, but it isn't near us. It's on the eastern side of the mountains, and it's called the Western Rattler. So where we are, we only have to worry about garter snakes, and they have some little snakes in Glacier that I've seen that look like worms. Cyborg would like to know if prices get cheaper the farther east you go, and yes, they definitely do. In the smaller towns, the more east you go, we do see a drop in price. Even in Billings, the prices are lower. If you're interested in looking at property on the eastern side of the state, let us know. We'll send you our MLS link so you can keep an eye on everything. Email our teammontanalife@gmail.com account and we'll get you hooked up with that. And while we focus on the northwest part of Montana, we have agents that we work with on the eastern side, so we can hook you up with the right person. Darren, they do not declare a state of emergency when we have snow and black ice. We are pretty used to that here. As you can see, Will has driven me today to a frozen lake and actually is joking that he's going to drive me out onto the lake after we film, but no, nothing ever shuts down here. We get a lot of snow, and it is not always that cold, so we do see it heat up and we do get a lot of ice, but we're used to it and we just drive on it. The Terry wants to know if you can boat from Whitefish Lake to Flathead Lake, and the answer is no, you cannot. The Whitefish River is small and there aren't any motorized boats allowed on it, so you could kayak or canoe, but I think it would be pretty difficult. And I'm done answering questions. Will is judging all of my answers, and so I'm going to hand it back to him.
All right, as you can see, I'm back in Whitefish now. Hillary wanted to get back to ice fishing, so I will answer the rest of the questions. The next one comes from Jacob, who says he's 16 years old and wants to move to Montana someday and wondering if it's going to be affordable in 5 to 10 years. Well, I do not have a crystal ball. I guess there's a lot of things that goes into that. It depends on your definition of affordable. Depends on where you want to live in Montana. There still are some very affordable towns, and the fact that you're only 16 and already thinking about this is awesome. Good job. I would start saving your money now, no matter where you live. But thank you for reaching out, and be sure to contact us in 5 years when you're ready to come out here. The next one is from Jack. He wants to know if there's any options to live near a ski resort for 600 grand or less. And once again, depends on the type of, or depends on the ski resort you want to live by. I looked up some listings right now. There, if you want to live in Whitefish, there's 2 places available for that price. There's one down in Lakeside, and there's 19 in Missoula. So depending on, and obviously there's more ski resorts around Montana, so if you want to reach out to our email address that we'll have at the end, we'd be happy to give you what's available around the different ski resorts and let us know which resort you want to be near, and we can make that happen for you. So Beverly wants to know if there are lots available for sale that allow just a camper. And we actually sold a place to a guy earlier this year, or last year I guess now, that wanted to do just that. So yes, the answer is yes. You have to find a lot that has no covenants, or the covenants allow for that. A lot of the subdivisions will not allow that. But there are plenty of lots or land available that don't have covenants on it. So if you want, if that's what you're looking for, the big thing is just to make sure you're allowed to do that. And once again, reach out, let us know where in Montana you're looking, and we can send you what's available that will allow for you to have an RV parked on it. Our next one is from the Dakota boys. They're wondering about Starlink, and I did a video last year, I'll put it up above, about a friend of ours that built a house, and they had horrible internet service out where they built. They were north of Columbia Falls, kind of down in a little hole there, so they couldn't get good service. And they did get Starlink, and they love it. The one thing I have heard is that this was the first rollout, kind of the beta testing. I'm not sure if they're still taking new ones. Obviously they will in the future, but right at the moment I'm not positive. You'd have to get on their website and call them and see what areas they're still taking new people. But I have heard good things about it. For our friends, it works great, kind of the answer to their issues they were having. And I think once Starlink gets up and gets, big and gets all the kinks worked out of it, it's going to open up tons of areas in Montana where people can live and have decent internet and work remotely if that's what you're looking for.
Thank you for watching our video. Please call, text, or email for more information, and don't forget to watch our other videos about Montana.